will decide your future if you wouldn't tea. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up tomorrow realizing that everything you've ever wanted in life is just one decision away. Now, ask yourself who will decide your future if you wouldn't. We often look at the world around us thinking our circumstances are the reason for our success or failure. We blame the economy, our upbringing, or even the people in our lives for where we are. But the truth is, the power to shape our destiny lies within us. We are the ones who decide how far we'll go, how much we'll achieve, and the life we'll create for ourselves. Every day we make choices, whether consciously or unconsciously. We choose our attitudes, our actions, and the direction we take. But here's the catch. Many of us are waiting for something or someone to make decisions for us, to guide us, to push us forward. The reality is, waiting for external validation or opportunities to come knocking is a recipe for stagnation. The greatest achievers in life are those who decide every single day to take control of their future. They know that success doesn't just happen. It's the result of a mindset that says, I am in charge. They make decisions that align with their goals, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it seems easier to go with the flow. If you aren't making those decisions for yourself, someone else will. The world is full of people, businesses, and institutions that will gladly decide your future for you if you let them. But here's the catch: their decisions may not align with your dreams or values. You may find yourself living a life that's not your own, following a path that wasn't meant for you. So ask yourself this: how often do you make decisions based on what you truly want rather than what others expect? Are you taking responsibility for your own future, or are you letting circumstances dictate the outcome of your life? The most important question to ask is not, what do I want to do, but what kind of person will I become if I don't decide? The people who will succeed in life are the ones who take charge. They don't wait for permission, they don't make excuses, and they don't let life happen to them. Instead, they make life happen for them. Your future isn't some distant event. It's the sum of the choices you make today. Every small decision you make now has the power to shape your tomorrow. Your future is not in the hands of anyone else, and it's certainly not in the hands of circumstances. It's in your hands. The question is, will you take that power and decide your future, or will you let someone else decide for you? Your future is not something that is determined by your circumstances, your environment, or the people around you. It is determined by the choices you make today. Far too many people live their lives as though they have no control over their destiny, as though things just happen to them and they are passive observers in their own lives. The truth, however, is that you are the architect of your own future. Your decisions today, how you think, how you act, and the choices you make will determine the life you live tomorrow. When you take responsibility for your future, you take control of your life. There is immense power in understanding that everything you are, everything you have, and everything you will become is shaped by the decisions you make. In every moment, you are faced with choices, big and small. These choices are the building blocks of your future. If you wait for someone else to make those choices for you, or if you leave it up to chance, then you are leaving your future in the hands of others. You are surrendering your power to external factors that may not be in line with your personal vision, values, or desires. It's essential to realize that personal responsibility doesn't mean that you're solely responsible for everything that happens in your life. There are things that happen outside of your control, situations that may arise that are unforeseen or unavoidable. But what you can control is how you respond to those situations. The decisions you make in response to challenges, the choices you make in moments of uncertainty, and the actions you take when faced with adversity are what will ultimately define your path. I think about the people you admire, those who have achieved great things in their lives. They are not different from you. They simply made different decisions. They chose to take responsibility for their lives. They chose to believe that they had control over their destiny. They didn't wait for the world to offer them opportunities. They created their own opportunities. They didn't wait for someone to tell them what to do. They made their own decisions. And that's the difference. That's what sets successful people apart from everyone else: their willingness to take full responsibility for their future. You may be in a situation right now where you feel stuck, where you feel like the world is against you or your circumstances are holding you back. But it's in those moments when things seem the hardest that you have the greatest opportunity to decide your future. Your circumstances do not have to define you. You can decide right now to take action. You can decide to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your life. One of the most important things to understand is that taking responsibility doesn't mean doing everything alone. It doesn't mean you have to figure everything out yourself, but it does mean that you are the one who must take the initiative. You must be proactive. You must make decisions that align with your long-term goals. You must hold yourself accountable for the choices you make. If you take responsibility for your life, you'll find that others will support you and opportunities will present themselves that you never thought possible. The world opens up to those who take responsibility for their future. Too often, people wait for the right moment to take action. They think that success will come when the timing is perfect or when they have everything in place. But the truth is, there is never a perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you create. Waiting for circumstances to align or for someone else to give you permission will only keep you stuck. The moment you decide that you are in charge of your future, everything changes. You become a force of action, and the universe responds to your decisiveness. The most successful people know that they are the ones who create their own opportunities. They know that no one is coming to hand them their dream life on a silver platter. They know that the road to success is not easy, but they are willing to take on the responsibility of making it happen. When you take full responsibility for your life, you eliminate excuses. You stop blaming other people, your circumstances, or your past for where you are. You realize that you are the only person who can make a difference in your life. Your future is not something that happens to you, it's something you create. It's the result of the decisions you make every day. The more you embrace personal responsibility, the more empowered you become. When you take charge of your life, you take the power back. You are the creator of your destiny. And that is the most powerful position you can be in. Too many people spend their lives waiting for something to happen, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for the right time, or waiting for someone else to give them permission to take action. They think that if they wait long enough, things will align, or that someday the stars will align and success will just fall into their laps. But here's the reality: waiting is a trap. It's a form of procrastination, and it's one of the most powerful ways to ensure that you remain stuck. Waiting for things to happen is the most common reason people fail to achieve their goals. Life is not going to wait for you. Time is the one thing that you can never get back. Every moment you spend waiting is a moment you'll never get back. Every day you delay taking action is another day further from your goals. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who decide to take charge and act, regardless of the circumstances. The key to success is not waiting for the perfect moment, but making the moment perfect through decisive action. There's no such thing as a perfect time. If you wait for things to fall into place, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be obstacles, challenges, and reasons to put things off. If you wait for everything to be aligned, you'll never take that first step. But it's in those small, imperfect steps that progress is made. It's in deciding to act, even when you don't have all the answers, that you move forward. Waiting can feel safe. It feels like you're in control when you avoid making decisions or taking action. But the truth is, waiting is a form of fear. It's the fear of failure, the fear of making the wrong move, the fear of stepping into the unknown. And the more you wait, the more that fear grows. Fear thrives in indecision. The longer you wait, the more you convince yourself that you're not ready, or that the situation isn't ideal, or that you're not good enough to take that first step. But all of this is just a story you tell yourself. The truth is, you'll never feel fully ready. You'll never have all the information. You'll never have the perfect plan. What you do have is the power to take action. The most successful people didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They created their own opportunities. They decided to take action even when they didn't have all the answers. They didn't sit around waiting for luck to strike. They took responsibility for making things happen. By taking action, even when things were uncertain, they started to build momentum. And that momentum led them to success. The key is to take that first step, no matter how small, and to keep moving forward. Waiting also breeds complacency. When you wait, you become comfortable with where you are, even if where you are is not where you want to be. You start to accept your current situation, even if it's not fulfilling. You convince yourself that it's okay to stay where you are, because it's good enough, but good enough is never good enough. You're truly committed to living your best life. Settling for the status quo will never lead to greatness. Only by taking action and pushing yourself to move forward Can you break free from the trap of complacency and start creating the life you want? When you decide to take action, you stop waiting for the world to tell you what to do. You stop waiting for others to hand you opportunities. You stop waiting for approval. You take ownership of your life and your future. And in doing so, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities that would never have come to you if you kept waiting. Action is the antidote to fear. When you take action, even if it's a small step, you prove to yourself that you can move forward, that you are capable of handling challenges, and that you are in control of your own future. Every step you take builds your confidence and strengthens your belief in yourself. Waiting, on the other hand, only fuels self-doubt. The longer you wait, the more you convince yourself that you can't do it, that you're not ready, or that it's too late. The truth is, waiting for the right moment or for someone else to decide for you is a way of giving up your power. You are the only one who can take control of your future. Every decision you make, every action you take, is a reflection of the life you want to create. If you keep waiting, you'll miss out on the opportunities that are waiting for you right now. The time to act is not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more prepared as today. So stop waiting. Stop putting your dreams on hold. The world doesn't owe you anything, and no one is going to hand you success. It's up to you to take charge of your life and make things happen. The future you want is waiting for you to take the first step. Don't wait for the perfect moment to arrive. Make the moment perfect by acting now. The only way to move forward is to stop waiting and start doing. The time for action is now. Success is not something that is handed to you. It's not a gift or a stroke of luck that falls into your lap. Success is something you must actively create for yourself. The people who achieve greatness do so because they refuse to let life dictate their direction. Instead, they take charge of their own destiny. They make the decisions, they create the opportunities, and they chart their own course. When you take control of your life, you are no longer a passive observer. You are the driver of your own success. When you begin to take full responsibility for your life, something powerful happens. You stop waiting for others to tell you what to do, and you stop relying on external circumstances to determine your fate. Instead, you realize that you have the ability to make things happen. The key to success lies in your ability to decide, to take action, and to shape your life according to your own vision. No one else can do that for you. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will respond to your efforts when you take control of your future. It's easy to look at other people and think that they have something you don't. It's easy to believe that they have some kind of special talent, an advantage that you don't have. But the truth is, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their willingness to take charge. Successful people don't wait for the right opportunity, they create their own. They don't sit around hoping that things will change, they take deliberate steps to make the changes they want. They know that success is not the result of waiting for the stars to align, but of taking action in the face of uncertainty and making things happen regardless of the obstacles in their way. When you take charge of your life, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming others for your situation. You stop pointing to your circumstances as reasons why you can't succeed. Instead, you start looking for ways to make things happen. You begin to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth, and you start taking responsibility for your own actions. You understand that success is not something that happens to you. It is something you create by making the right decisions every day, by taking control of your time, your energy, and your resources. One of the most powerful aspects of taking control of your life is that you stop giving away your power. You stop waiting for someone else to make decisions for you. You stop waiting for someone to tell you what to do or how to live. Instead, you realize that you are the one who holds the power to shape your future. When you take control, you become the creator of your life. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the master of your own destiny. Taking control doesn't mean that you have to do everything alone. In fact, one of the most important aspects of taking charge of your life is recognizing that you don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to know everything right now. What you need is the willingness to take the first step, even if you're unsure of what's ahead. When you make the decision to take control, you empower yourself to learn, to grow, and to figure things out along the way. Success is not about knowing everything up front. It's about being willing to take action, make mistakes, and keep going. The process of taking control begins with your mindset. You have to believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, that you have the ability to create the life you want. Success starts with the belief that you can make things happen. Once you develop that belief, you begin to take the actions that align with your vision. Every small decision you make, every step you take brings you closer to your goals. And over time, these small decisions add up, creating a powerful momentum that propels you towards success. When you take charge of your life, you develop a sense of ownership over your future. You no longer look to others to make things happen for you. You become the one who makes things happen. This mindset shift is crucial because it allows you to tap into your full potential. You stop doubting yourself and start trusting that you have what it takes to create the life you want. You stop making excuses and you start making progress. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to wait for things to happen. They make things happen, and in doing so, they carve out a future that reflects their highest aspirations. Taking charge of your life requires courage. It requires the courage to step into the unknown, to make decisions in the face of uncertainty, and to take risks that may not always pay off immediately. But it's in those moments of courage that you begin to build the life you desire. The most successful people are those who make decisions with confidence even when they don't have all the information. They trust themselves and trust the process, knowing that they are in control of their own destiny. When you take charge of your life, you stop being a passive observer. You stop waiting for things to happen. You take action, you make decisions, you create the future you want. You stop letting life control you and you take control of your own future. This is the key to success, the ability to decide, to act, and to take ownership of your life. When you do this, you unlock your full potential and open the door to a world of opportunities that you never thought possible. When you don't take charge of your future, you essentially leave the door wide open for others to take control of it for you. There is always someone or something ready to step in and make decisions for you, whether it's a boss, a family member, a friend, or even society as a whole. The problem is when you let someone else dictate your path, their decisions may not align with your values, your dreams, or your personal vision. You end up living a life that is shaped by the priorities of others, and that is a sure way to become disconnected from your true purpose. Many people drift through life, waiting for someone else to decide for them. They look for external validation, for approval, for direction from others. But the harsh reality is, when you don't decide for yourself, someone else will. And the decisions they make may not have your best interests at heart. The truth is, no one else can care about your future the way you do. No one else knows your dreams, your desires, or your potential as intimately as you do. Yet far too many people give away that power to others, relinquishing their own control and allowing life to unfold in ways that are not aligned with their true desires. When you allow others to make decisions for you, you surrender your personal power. You give up your ability to create the life you want, and you put your future in the hands of people who may not even understand your vision. The world is full of people who will tell you what to do, how to live, and what success looks like. But the moment you decide to follow someone else's path without thinking for yourself, you start walking a road that wasn't meant for you. You follow someone else's dream, not your own. By not taking control of your future, you become a passenger in your own life, drifting wherever the currents take you. You may find yourself in a job that doesn't fulfill you, in relationships that drain you, or in a lifestyle that leaves you unsatisfied. When you let others make decisions for you, you have no say in the direction you're going, and you end up living a life that is not truly yours. You are living out someone else's version of success, and that is never a recipe for happiness or fulfillment. The key to taking control of your future is recognizing that you are the one who is responsible for your decisions. No one else can make those decisions for you. No one else can live your life for you. You are the one who holds the power to shape your destiny. The moment you take responsibility for your own future, you take back control of your life. You stop waiting for someone else to tell you what to do, and you start making decisions that align with your own values, your own goals, and your own vision of success. It's easy to think that someone else's path is the right one, especially when you see others seemingly thriving. But when you follow someone else's dream, you lose sight of your own. No one else can determine what success means to you. Success is personal and is defined by your own criteria. It's about creating a life that aligns with your passions, your talents, and your values. It's about living in a way that feels true to you, not in a way that's dictated by someone else's expectations. And by not taking charge of your future, you are giving up your ability to choose. You are surrendering your right to design the life you want to live. And the longer you put off making decisions for yourself, the more you allow others to make them for you. The longer you wait, the more you will find yourself in situations that don't serve you, with people who don't support your vision, and in circumstances that don't fulfill you. The reality is, life won't wait for you. The world won't stop spinning just because you are hesitant to make decisions. Opportunities won't present themselves endlessly, and time won't stand still for you to catch up. The moment you decide to take control of your future, everything shifts. You stop waiting for the world to give you permission. You stop relying on others to shape your life. You begin to act with intention and purpose, and that's when things begin to happen. You have to be your own decision maker. You have to be the one who takes action, even when others around you are hesitant or unsure. You have to take the lead in your own life. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who sit around waiting for things to happen. They are the ones who take action and make things happen. They are the ones who take responsibility for their own lives and their own success. When you take control of your future, you stop being a passive participant in your own life. You stop letting others make choices for you. You begin to act with purpose, and that purpose is guided by your own vision and goals. The world responds to action. The more you decide for yourself, the more power you create for yourself. When you choose to take charge of your future, you no longer let the world decide what will happen to you. You decide what will happen to you. And that is the key to creating a life that is truly yours. When you allow others to control your future, you give away one of the most powerful resources you have, your time. Time is your most precious commodity, yet it's the one thing that people often take for granted. The truth is, time is the great equalizer. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, and yet some people achieve incredible success while others find themselves stuck in the same place year after year. The difference comes down to how they choose to spend their time. When you allow others to control your future, you allow them to control your time. You are no longer the one making decisions about how to spend your hours, your days, your life. The people who take control of their future understand that time is not something to be wasted. They know that every minute counts, and they use their time wisely. They don't wait for someone else to tell them what to do. They take action. They prioritize their time, focusing on what matters most and aligning their daily actions with their long-term goals. They understand that time once spent can never be reclaimed. They don't squander it on distractions, procrastination, or things that don't serve their vision. When you don't take control of your future, you end up spending your time doing things that don't move you closer to your goals. You may find yourself spending hours on tasks that are not important or that someone else has decided are important for you. You may find yourself caught up in the demands of others, constantly reacting to external pressures and putting off your own dreams and priorities. The more you let others dictate how you spend your time, the less time you have to pursue your own vision. Think about it. Every minute you spend doing something that isn't aligned with your goals is a minute you'll never get back. Every moment you allow someone else to make decisions for you is a moment you lose control of your life. Time passes quickly, and if you're not careful, it slips away without you realizing how much you've missed. The only way to reclaim your time is to take responsibility for your future and take charge of how you spend each day. Time management is not about simply filling your day with tasks. It's about making intentional decisions about how you use your time. It's about prioritizing the activities that bring you closer to your goals and eliminating the distractions that take you off course. When you take control of your future, you start to treat time as the valuable resource that it is. You stop wasting it on things that don't matter and start using it to create the life you want. One of the most powerful things you can do is set clear goals and align your time with those goals. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes much easier to make decisions about how to spend your time. You can evaluate every task, every opportunity, and every request through the lens of your goals. Does this activity bring me closer to my vision? If not, it's not worth your time. When you take control of your future, you make deliberate choices about where you invest your time, and you stop allowing others to hijack it. When you're in control of your time, you're in control of your life. You have the ability to shape your future by deciding how to spend each moment. Time is a resource that cannot be replenished. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's gone. And that's why it's so crucial to take responsibility for how you use it. The people who are most successful in life are the ones who are deliberate about their time. They make conscious choices about how they spend their days, and as a result, they move forward faster and with more purpose. If you want to achieve your goals, you must protect your time. You must guard it fiercely because it is the most valuable asset you have. You have to say no to things that don't align with your vision. You have to say no to distractions, to obligations that don't serve you, to other people's priorities that aren't your own. When you let other people control your time, you give up your ability to create the life you want. You sacrifice your potential for success because you're too busy fulfilling the expectations and demands of others. The people who are truly successful are the ones who take full responsibility for how they spend their time. They don't let the world dictate what they do. They don't let their job, their family, or society decide for them. They decide what matters most, and they make time for it. When you take control of your future, you take control of your time. You no longer allow others to waste it. You no longer let distractions derail you. Instead, you invest your time in activities that move you closer to your dreams. By taking charge of your time, you empower yourself to take control of your future. Every hour you spend working towards your goals is an hour that brings you closer to success. Every minute you dedicate to personal growth, to learning, to improving your skills, is an investment in your future. And the more you make time for the things that matter most, the more your life will begin to reflect your true desires. Time is a finite resource, and how you use it will determine the course of your life. When you allow others to control your future, you allow them to control how you spend your time. But when you take control of your future, you take control of your time. You make decisions that align with your vision and purpose, and you use your time wisely to create the life you want. You take responsibility for your time because you know that it is the key to your success. The most powerful force that drives success is your ability to act with discipline and consistency. Without taking consistent action, even the best plans and strategies will fall flat. Success doesn't come to those who dream about it or wish for it. It comes to those who put in the work every single day, who take decisive steps toward their goals, no matter how small they may seem. The people who achieve the most in life are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest, but those who are able to take consistent, deliberate action toward what they want. When you take control of your future, you understand that success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come from a single moment of inspiration or a lucky break. Success is the result of consistent effort, day in and day out, working toward your goals with focus and determination. It's the little things you do every day that compound over time to create the big changes you desire. Whether it's making time for learning, investing in your personal growth, or putting in the hard work toward your career or business, every action you take builds momentum and moves you closer to your vision. Discipline is the key to making consistent progress. It's easy to get motivated when things are going well, but real progress is made when you keep going, even when the road gets tough. Discipline is what allows you to keep moving forward when you don't feel like it, when the results are not immediately apparent, or when challenges and setbacks arise. It's the ability to stay focused on your long-term goals and continue taking action, even when the short-term rewards are not visible. Taking control of your future means taking full responsibility for your actions. You can't wait for motivation to strike, and you can't rely on others to push you forward. You have to be your own source of discipline and motivation. This doesn't mean that it's easy, but it does mean that it's possible. The most successful people in the world are the ones who have built habits of consistent action, who have developed a routine of doing what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. The discipline to do what needs to be done, even when it's hard, separates those who succeed from those who only wish they could. In order to stay consistent, it's important to focus on the long-term vision. It's easy to get distracted by short-term setbacks or by the immediate pleasures of life, but true success is built on a foundation of long-term thinking. The more you are able to focus on the bigger picture and resist the temptation to give in to immediate gratification, the more disciplined and consistent your actions will become. The small actions you take every day, no matter how insignificant they seem, eventually lead to the results you desire. One of the biggest challenges people face in taking consistent action is maintaining their motivation over time. Motivation is powerful, but it's fleeting. It's easy to feel motivated at the start of a new project or at the beginning of the year when the goals are fresh and exciting. However, motivation fades when things get difficult or when the rewards seem far away. The key to maintaining consistent action is to shift your focus from motivation to discipline. Discipline is something you can rely on even when motivation is low. It's a decision you make, a commitment to yourself that no matter what, you will continue taking action toward your goals. When you take control of your future, you stop relying on external factors to drive you. You don't wait for the perfect conditions or for others to tell you what to do. Instead, you create your own conditions. You build a routine of success, a set of habits that keep you moving forward, even when things are tough. You don't need someone else to push you because you have already committed to your own success. You make the choice every day to stay focused, to stay disciplined, and to keep taking action. This is the power of consistent effort. It doesn't matter how small the action is as long as it's moving you in the right direction. Over time, those small actions build momentum, and momentum creates massive results. The people who succeed are the ones who have mastered the art of discipline and consistency. They know that success is a journey, not a destination, and that every step, no matter how small, brings them closer to their ultimate goals. Success is not about having a grand vision and waiting for it to materialize. It's about taking the small steps day in and day out that eventually lead to that vision becoming a reality. It's about building the discipline to take action when it's uncomfortable, when it's difficult, and when you don't feel like it. When you take control of your future, you stop waiting for motivation to show up. You take responsibility for creating your own momentum, and you do this through consistent, focused action. Over time, this consistency compounds, and you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The discipline to take consistent action is the key that unlocks the door to success. The ability to decide is the foundation upon which success is built. Every day you are faced with choices, big and small, that shape the direction of your life. The decisions you make today will determine the course of your future. Yet, far too many people wait for others to make decisions for them, or worse, fail to make decisions at all. When you don't decide for yourself, you give up your power and hand it over to others or to circumstances. But when you take control of your future, you take control of your decisions. Making decisions is an act of self-empowerment. Each decision you make is a reflection of who you are, what you value, and where you want to go. When you make decisions with confidence, you send a message to yourself that you are in charge of your life. You stop waiting for permission, and you stop waiting for the right time or the right conditions. Instead, you make the decision to act, to move forward, and to create the future you desire. The most successful people in the world are not those who avoid making tough choices. They are the ones who make decisions quickly and decisively, trusting themselves to adapt and adjust as needed. The fear of making the wrong decision often holds people back, but the truth is, every decision you make, whether it's a success or a failure, is an opportunity to learn and grow. The key is not to wait for perfect information or the perfect circumstances, because they don't exist. The key is to act, make a decision, and move forward with faith that you can handle whatever comes next. When you fail to make decisions, you create a state of indecision, which leads to procrastination, confusion, and missed opportunities. Every time you hesitate or avoid making a decision, you lose valuable time and momentum. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need more information or that you need to be absolutely certain before making a move. But the reality is, you will never have all the information, and the perfect moment will never come. The best decision you can make is the one that moves you forward, no matter how uncertain it may feel. In order to take control of your future, you must become comfortable with making decisions quickly and with confidence. This doesn't mean making impulsive or reckless decisions. It means trusting yourself to choose a course of action, knowing that you can always adjust if necessary. The ability to make decisions is directly tied to your self-belief. When you believe in yourself and trust your judgment, decision-making becomes easier. You stop second-guessing yourself and start taking action. Indecision is one of the biggest barriers to success. When you're unsure or paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake, you stand still. You stagnate. Nothing changes. The longer you wait, the further away your goals get. By making a decision, even if it's a small one, you take the first step toward progress. You begin to build momentum, and that momentum fuels you forward. Once you make a decision, you stop being a passive observer of your life and become an active participant. You start making things happen. The process of making decisions also involves taking responsibility for the consequences. Every choice you make will have an impact, but that's what makes decision-making so powerful. When you decide, you take ownership of the outcome. This ownership gives you the power to change your circumstances. When things don't go as planned, you can reassess, learn from your mistakes, and adjust your course. But it all starts with the ability to make a decision and act on it. Without that initial decision, you remain stuck in a cycle of inaction and missed opportunities. And taking charge of your future means being the one who decides. Even when the path isn't clear or the risks are high, you don't wait for others to decide for you, and you don't wait for perfect certainty. You understand that the only way to move forward is to make a choice and trust that you can handle whatever comes next. With each decision, you build your confidence and strengthen your ability to take even bigger, more impactful steps toward your goals. The most successful individuals are decisive. They know that making decisions is not about being right all the time. It's about taking action, learning from experience, and continuing to move forward. They understand that decisions don't have to be perfect to be effective. They simply have to be made. They don't wait for approval or for all the pieces to fall into place. They decide, they act, and they learn as they go. This is the mindset of someone who takes control of their life and shapes their own future. When you embrace the power of decision, you transform your life. You stop being a passive observer and start actively creating the future you desire. Every decision you make moves you closer to your goals, no matter how small it may seem. You stop waiting for the world to make decisions for you, and you take control of your destiny. The act of deciding gives you the confidence to continue moving forward, one step at a time, until you've achieved the life you've always wanted. Every decision you make builds upon the next, and with each decision you reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to shape your own future. In the end, the future you desire is not something that will come to you by chance or by waiting for the right opportunity. It is something you must create through the decisions you make today. The choices you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you adopt will determine the life you live. Every step you take toward taking control of your future is a step toward empowerment, growth, and success. It's about taking responsibility for your own life and understanding that you are the one who holds the keys to your destiny. If you don't take charge of your future, you will be at the mercy of others and circumstances beyond your control. You will be left waiting for the world to decide for you. And as you wait, time slips away. But when you decide to take control, you give yourself the power to shape your life according to your values, goals, and dreams. You are the architect of your own success. Remember, taking control of your future requires action. It requires making decisions, consistently working toward your goals, and having the discipline to stay the course even when things get tough. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who wait for opportunities to come to them, but those who create their own opportunities by making powerful, decisive actions every single day. By taking charge of your future, you stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. You become the one who decides, and as you do, you begin to build the future you deserve. Keep in mind, the journey to success is not easy, but it is worth every effort. The power is in your hands. Your future is yours to decide.